Hey guys, welcome back to my art channel. So for today's video, I will be teaching you on how I make vector art portraits using Adobe Draw. But before that, I would just like to inform everyone that this video is a vertical video. This means that this video is oriented in portrait mode for mobile devices and not the standard landscape orientation. So now I will advise you to switch to a mobile device and click the full screen button to have the full view of my whole phone. What you are seeing right now is my home screen wallpaper, and I will be teaching you on how I make vector art portraits like these ones, which can be done by mobile device like the iPhone, this phone, but maybe except for this phone. What you will need is mainly your phone, Adobe Draw, and your finger. With that, on to the video! So the first thing you will do is you're gonna click Adobe Draw, then click the plus sign at the lower right and choose a format. And I like to choose the portrait letter format because it's the standard. And you're gonna select your photo, and then you're gonna place your photo. Then you're gonna lower the opacity. Then you're gonna create another layer and then start with the outline of the image. Don't forget to turn off the pressure dynamics and make the outline the blackest of black so that it will look really neat. Then I like to adjust the thickness of the brush. The outlining is usually the most time consuming because sometimes I really like to make it a little straight and exact to the line I drew. And you can make it more exact by zooming into your photo so that you will really see the details and it will be easier for you to navigate your finger. And you can simply erase the imperfections by lowering the eraser and just shading a little of the parts where you made a mistake on. So now I'm just filling in all the outlines of the person. Even the minor details like the nails is important so that it will look a little more realistic and not rushed, like you need to make sure that all parts are outlined so that it will look like a quality artwork. And don't mind the details in the hair. Usually I just like to draw the overall shape of the hair, and you can do the details later. So now I'm just gonna present you a time lapse of me outlining the whole picture and shaping the artwork, and later I will show you how I color and do the contours of the face and the details it has. So just keep on watching. So right now I'm doing the lips, and I usually like it thinner than the rest of the outlines because if it's a little thick it might look a little unrealistic. So I like to erase some parts and lessen the thickness just by rubbing a little and erasing a little the outline. Same goes for the chin. It's not really a solid outline, so I like to thin it up a bit to make it look more realistic. For the eyes, I like to add a little shine to it by just putting a white dot to the iris to make it have a little more cartoonish effect. So same goes for the nose. It's not really a solid outline, so I just make it a little thinner by using the tapered brush right here on the left side. So this is the finished outline of the work, and right now I will be coloring it by just getting a color picker and choosing a skin tone from the picture, and then I'll make it lighter and then just make it a base tone for my overall artwork. So yeah, I will still be adding the dark areas and the highlights further on the video. So right now I'm just filling in the base color of the whole face by zooming in and just filling all the colors for the skin area. And right now I'm doing the white parts of the eye area, and I'm gonna fill it with slightly darker than white so it'll look more realistic. And I'll just fill in the highlights of the eye area by adding a lighter white so it'll have a shine. And now I'm labeling my layers, and you can do this, but if you're lazy you can opt to not do it. But I usually like to label my layers as outline, base color, and contour. So yeah, doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want. And right now I'm doing the highlights of the face, and I do this by picking a lighter tone from my previous base color skin, and I'm going to put it on the parts where it is lighter on the original picture. So that's how you apply the lighting of the picture to the artwork. So right now I am just filling it, and I will also be filling it another layer with a much lighter tone. Then you make another layer, and then lighter, and then another, and then another, and then another, until you have your desired contour of the whole skin area. And that's what makes it more realistic looking, by adding more layers and layers of skin colors, so that it'll look more visually appealing and semi-realistic type of feel. So yeah, this is a time lapse of me doing that, so just keep on watching. So right now I am choosing a darker tone for the farthest part of the face and the contours, like the jaw and the cheekbone area and the eyelids. And this is an important feature for the artwork because it makes it more realistic looking, and clients tend to not want the eye bags, but it really is an important feature if you want it to look like them. And it's gonna, without the eye bags, it's gonna make it look like Korean-ish, and that's not what they look like. So yeah, they're gonna complain that it doesn't look like them, and you have to tell them it's because of the eye bags, because it adds that touch to it to make it look like more realistic. And yeah, you just have to fight for that fact, and you're good to go. To add the lashes, you just use the other brush, the pointed brush provided in the left side of the screen, and you're gonna choose the blackest of black and just do random lines going upwards, and you do this in the other eye as well. And don't forget to put the lower eyelashes also, just a little, so it will have that feminine effect. Yeah, just a little. When I do the eyebrow area, I just fill in the whole eyebrow, and this useful if the person you're doing the artwork for has makeup on, and you can just layer your eyebrows by making it ombre towards the nose, and it will have the fading effect. And I just like to add a little hair in the corner so that it will look more realistic and imperfect. So yeah, for the lip area, I also like to get color from the original lip and just layer the lips by adding color to it. And similar to the skin, I first add a base color, and then I proceed with putting highlights on it by making the color lighter and putting depth to the lip area like so. And don't forget to make the mouth a little darker on the inside so that it will look like it has depth. And yeah, this is the highlighting process. Yeah, this helps in making it look more realistic and have a depth to the lip and elevation. So yeah, and it's okay to put a darker color on the ear area because it's the farthest one. I also like to put it where the baby hairs are at to give it an illusion that there are some hairs there, and you don't need to put tiny hairs, which is a little tiring and time consuming. But I will also show you later on how to make baby hairs, just so you would know. So just keep on watching. Right now I am filling in the base color of the hair, which I will then highlight later in the final steps. Right now I'm just making the other layers invisible so I can clean the hair part and use the eraser tool to just erase the black areas where I accidentally put black things on. So yeah, this is why layers are important, so you can make things invisible and just redo it by using the eraser tool. So now I'm going to make the baby hairs, and I will do this by using the sharpened brush in the left side, provided in the left side, and just make random strokes in the forehead area where the hair is placed. So yeah. Right now I'm making the color of the shirt, which is a plain black color, and similar to the skin, I'm going to apply a base color, which is the gray, and then I will choose a darker color and color the creases and highlight the parts where it needs highlight. So right now I'm tracing the London word, and I will sharpen this by erasing the rounded corners by using the eraser tool. So yeah. So right now I made the black hair invisible, and I will choose a lighter color of black, which is slightly more gray, and I will fill in the highlights of the hair by looking at the reference picture and overlaying it with the lighter tone of black, and this will have a nice effect to it because it will look like the hair has shine. And you can also add layers of brighter strokes by making it lighter, like so. And yeah, this is gonna have a really nice effect because her curls and waves will be emphasized in the drawing. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some finishing touches and detailing on the hair, and we'll proceed on doing the background of the artwork. I also like to add a cartoonish touch to the vector art portrait by having this slime effect in the background. And this will have a more comic-ish vibe and artistic touch to it to make the vector art look more unique and different. So yeah, right now I'm doing the background, and I will just simply choose a color and then fill it, then expand it to the whole background of the artwork. That way it saves more time in shading and rubbing. So you can also use the transform feature to make your artwork look bigger and fix your sizing of the artwork. Yeah, you can also do it per layer. So right now I'm filling the color of the drip, and I made it white to match the London lettering, and right now I'm doing highlights. And as you can see here, I'm using the transform feature to make my artwork smaller and fit the page better. So right now I'm doing the shade and shadow of the whole artwork, which I'm gonna make transparent later on, so just keep on watching. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are enjoying the video at the moment. So yeah, keep on watching. Adobe Draw also has this feature where you can trace shapes, and right now I'm using the straight line to accentuate the background a little more. And there you have it. This is the finished product of the vector portrait I made for my friend, and this is the close-up. And yeah, and now you can export the image and save image in the camera roll by letting Adobe Draw access your photos and simply saving it in your gallery. So yeah, so now I'll be doing another example of a vector art portrait, now from another friend of mine, and this time I'm just gonna let the time lapse go and play. The process is the same with the vector art portrait I made earlier, just with a different person. So I first start with the outline, then the base color, then the contouring of the skin, and the detail of the clothing, and also the background. So yeah, I'll just be playing the time lapse through, and just keep on watching. there you have it. This is the final product of the second artwork I made. This is for a friend of mine, and there's the close-up. And similar techniques were made in the previous artwork, just done with a different background and a different person. So yeah, these people I'm featuring on my channel are actually the top 3 fans who share my videos on Facebook whenever I post a new video for YouTube. And this is a simple way of me giving back to start the year, because I think that they should be all the support and love and shares they give on my channel, which help in getting my videos out there. So that I'm very thankful for, and I surely appreciate every single share that everyone gives and does. And these 3 people had the most number of shares I counted manually, and yeah, I want to thank them by giving them a free artwork made by me. So yeah, this is the 3rd person I'm doing. So similar art process was made. I first start with the outline of the person, then proceed with shading it with a base color, then doing the contours and highlights of the face, then doing the shirt and the background. So yeah, if you're curious on my art process on this one, then just keep on watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you loved it. there you have it. I am done with this artwork, and this is the close-up of the vector art portrait. I usually take 4 to 6 hours depending on the difficulty of the face. I usually open my commissions on the summertime, so if you're interested, you better wait for that. And yeah, you can download Adobe Draw on the App Store, but I think you can download any other digital app, but this is my way of making vectors. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next one.